Hello and welcome to the Fitness Professor. Today we are talking about what strength training for older individuals should look like. Yes, we've already talked about sarcopenia, muscle loss in old age, multiple times on this channel. For those who want to take a closer look, I will link the video again below. Videos are becoming a huge issue and it's only getting bigger. Globally, we are witnessing a growing number of elderly individuals, and we acknowledge that starting from the age of 70, there is a yearly decline of 3% in strength. So, if a 70-year-old already has maybe just half of their original strength, and then it decreases by 3% each year, by the time they're 80 years old, they might only be at a few percent of their initial strength. That is not sufficient. We need to combat against it. And I would like to present this study to you. They made an effort to determine whether it is highly task-specific, that is, whether there is specificity of requirements in training, or if it is more generalized in nature and not limited to a specific task. So, they have conducted an examination of the so-called functional training in this particular location. The question that was posed is whether classic strength training or the adaptations of strength training in older individuals are more specific in nature. And if so, does it make sense for everyday life? Let me briefly introduce the study to you. So, what was done with 30 older individuals? In my belief, the average age of the participants was approximately 70.1 years. They were divided into two groups in a random manner. One group performed traditional strength training. I will demonstrate how to do it shortly. And another group engaged in functional resistance training. And all of this was done twice a week for 6 weeks. The usual exams were conducted, as seen here, measuring muscle thickness with ultrasound, measuring maximal strength, and performing functional tests regularly done in geriatrics, such as the gait speed test, the timed up and go test, the sit-to-stand chair test, and the heel rise test. I believe you all know how to roughly classify that. Yes, here again graphically represented what was done. In the upper row, you can observe deadlifts being executed, either with a hexagonal bar or a trap bar, followed by leg press on the 45-degree press machine, leg extension, and leg curl. Thus, mainly the lower extremities were trained, which is likely logical given the impact of aging on the body. And Group 2 has essentially employed these identical things that have been conducted as tests as part of the training program in order to enhance their skills and knowledge. Here, though, with weighted vests, I think it was 5 kilograms for men and 3 kilograms for women. Intensity increased when load was too light, creating progressive overload, sit to stand, then timed up and go test, heel rise, and gait speed. So, these were the functional training exercises. Yes, the results summarized here quickly, actually, as we expected. In the upper section, where training has been done traditionally, the traditional exercises with the black bars performed better. In the lower section, individuals who worked with functional exercises, essentially test exercises, scored slightly better in these tests compared to those who followed traditional training methods. The main effects were that many things have changed and improved in both groups. You can see here in overview, the top two are vastus lateralis and rectus femoris. So thigh muscle in cross-sectional area, leg curl strength, then the muscles, the maximum voluntary contraction, that is the maximum strength, and the sit-to-stand test, as well as the heel rise test going up on the calves. And you have the opportunity to see each and every person has made noticeable progress. There were small variances between the groups, and they actually demonstrated a preference for function in a number of these tests. Yes, we can provide an answer to that. Functional resistance training does make sense in old age because those are the movements that I will actually need for my day-to-day activities and overall functional independence. So, if I frequently rise from a chair, perhaps even with added weight, then I will also enhance my ability to get up. And that is also what it is all about, because if at some point in old age I no longer have the strength to get up from the bed or chair on my own, then I am effectively in need of care. So basically, incorporating a bit of the demands of daily life into training, like mimicking daily activities, seems to make sense, but of course strength training doesn't fully replace it. Therefore, I would suggest combining both traditional strength training exercises using machines or free weights with functional training exercises from everyday life. That is exactly the way. Good luck with that.